Alright, how many of you watch professional sports consistently? A good bit. They're a big part of people's lives in today's day and age, and their entertainment value is very high in our country. And what if I told you that sports could be 10 times more interesting if there's a way to make sports 10 times more interesting than they are now? Would you be interested? All it would take is a simple regimen of steroids. Now, steroids, I'm sure you've heard the word, they're currently illegal in sports. They are still used a lot. And the steroids I'm talking about specifically are anabolic steroids. And what they do is they increase protein synthesis, and that causes quicker muscle growth and bigger muscles. And they do have some negative side effects, but they work well. And I'm going to show you that they work well with an example. Has anyone here heard of the name Barry Bonds? This is Barry Bonds, his rookie year. This is 1987. He was fresh out of college. He had a lot of potential. He got drafted by the Pittsburgh Pirates and had a good 6-year career with them where he hit 176 home runs. This is Barry Bonds 20 years later in 2007. Maybe picture by picture doesn't look like much of a difference, but that is slightly different than that. Big muscles, and Barry Bonds is currently on trial for using steroids and lying about it, so he's kind of in some trouble. This is the picture. This is a year before he went to the Pirates, and the picture I just showed you. A little bit of a difference, and the point is, if we make them legal now, players like Barry Bonds won't have to hide that they're using them. Everyone can just use them, and the players can stop hiding. And according to Steve Pleasance, he says, for as long as competitive sport has existed, a proportion of both human athletes and trainers of animal athletes have endeavored to gain an unfair advantage over the rest of the field. So my point is, if everyone can use the steroids, the advantage is not unfair. The playing field is still level. Now, according to Robert B. Millman, he says the ancient Greek Olympians are said to have eaten magic mushrooms to win. They might not be magic mushrooms, but the point is, steroids could help everyone. And that would level the playing field and make sports a lot more entertaining. And speaking of the entertainment value of sports would skyrocket if we would start making steroids legal. Quarterbacks would throw the ball 10 times faster than they do now, and the ball would just fly across the field. Players' speed and ability to cut across the field would increase. The pitchers would be throwing fastballs at ridiculous speeds, but hitters would still be hitting them because they're just as strong. And but that's the thing, the challenge of sports would still remain. Just because the pitchers are throwing faster doesn't give them an unfair advantage, because now the hitters are stronger and better too. And just because the quarterbacks are able to run faster doesn't give them an unfair advantage, because now the linebackers that are coming for them have that same speed advantage and can come for them at the same speed. And according to Ciro Scotti, he says, players would fire fastballs at 110 miles per hour. Shortstops would leap into the clouds, and any catcher who had to stand up to throw out a base runner would risk suspicion of being a real player. Now, there are negative effects, but it should be the athlete's choice in the end. You must be 18 to play a professional sport. To be on any professional sports team in our country, you must be 18 years old, and that makes you a legal adult in this country. So my question is, if you can vote for the next leader of our country, why can you not choose to help choose to use these supplements to help you train for your sport? The commissioner is not the one playing. He's not the one out there sacrificing his body, working out constantly. So I just wonder, what gives him the right to tell these players they can't use these? And because their job in the end is to help their sport make money, get it publicity, have viewers watching, sell things, and make a lot of money. So if they have something out there that can add to the entertainment value of their sport, boost its revenue, why not look into every little bit of that? Now, according to Grady Sandy in Just Say Yes to Pro Sports Drugs, his article, he says, why not? After all, who would care? Certainly not most fans who don't seem troubled about star athletes artificially blown up with drugs. As long as super freak hitters keep belting homers on SportsCenter and 220-pound linemen play Smash Mouth on Sundays. And in conclusion, it's their bodies to play with. The field will still be level, and steroids are already in sports. It's just about whether or not we want to integrate them further into sports. I don't see a problem with it, and if the athletes want to risk future harm to their body for the sake of their sport at that age, that should definitely be their choice, and I really think this could allow sports to hit a whole new level.